you want to build meaningful relationships that actually last, you need to start with one critical element. Understanding human nature, the core of Machiavelli's teachings, revolves around knowing people deeply, not just at the surface level, but at the very core of their behaviors, desires, and motivations. People are predictable. They act in ways that align with theirs. And when you understand this, you can navigate your relationships with intention. Many people fail at building real connections because they approach relationships with idealistic notions. They think that kindness, being real, or simply being present is enough. But while these qualities are important, they're not the foundation of building powerful, strategic relationships. Machiavelli understood that to build influence, you have to understand what drives people, what they want, what they fear, and how they behave when under pressure. This is where dark psychology comes in. It's not about manipulation or deceit. It's about recognizing and understanding human behavior to create authentic, mutually beneficial relationships. By observing and analyzing human nature, you can align your actions with the psychological triggers that influence people. This is how you move from shallow interactions to building real, powerful connections. For example, every person you meet is driven by their own interests. What motivates them to act the way they do? What do they want? What do they fear losing? When you understand these basic psychological drivers, you can speak directly to their core needs, making it easier to forge a connection that is not just superficial but built on real understanding. This principle is a game changer in a world where people often feel like they're chasing connections without truly understanding what makes relationships work. To build a powerful community, you need to be able to read people, know their weaknesses, understand their goals, and communicate in a way that resonates with them on a deeper level. Here's how you can start applying this. Observe carefully. Watch how people behave in different situations. Pay attention to their body, language, words, and actions. Understand their motivations. What are they after? What do they fear? What drives their decisions and actions? Align your approach. Once you understand their core motivations, tailor your interactions to meet their psychological needs while still staying true to your goals. When you learn to understand human nature, you shift from reacting to relationships to strategically building them. You stop guessing and start knowing. Are you ready to start understanding the people around you on a deeper level? Comment below. I understand human nature, and let's dive into the next step in creating relationships that truly matter. Stay tuned, because the next lesson will show you how to leverage power dynamics to build the community you desire. In today's world, it's easy to feel isolated, even when surrounded by people. Social media connects us more than ever, but real, meaningful relationships seem harder to come by. True community feels like it's disappearing, and we're left feeling more disconnected, despite being constantly connected. But what if I told you that building real relationships is one of the most powerful tools you can have in your arsenal for success, influence, and happiness? Welcome to the power of relationships. How to build real community in a lonely world. In this video, we're going to explore how to cultivate genuine connections in a world that seems to prioritize surface-level interactions. And we're not just talking about friendships or acquaintances. We're talking about real, lasting bonds, relationships that not only enrich your life, but empower you to thrive. But here is the twist. Building real relationships isn't about being liked or constantly seeking validation. It's about understanding human nature, leveraging dark psychology, and strategically creating connections that serve you and your goals without losing sight of your authenticity. In other words, we're going to combine timeless wisdom from Machiavelli with modern psychological strategies to help you build the kind of community that will propel you forward. If you think real relationships are about waiting for the right people to come into your life or just being friendly, think again. This video will show you how to be intentional and strategic in building the relationships that matter. You will learn how to use power dynamics and human psychology to forge deeper connections that go beyond mere surface-level interaction. So, let us start with this thought. What if your most powerful tool in this world isn't just your skills, but the relationships you nurture? Comment below. I am building my community, and let's dive into how to build real, powerful connections that will change your life. Stay tuned, because the next rule will reveal the foundation of any powerful relationship: understanding human nature and how to use it to your advantage. Now that we've explored understanding human nature, the next step to building real relationships and a powerful community is learning how to leverage power dynamics. Whether you realize it or not, power is at play in every interaction you have, and understanding how to navigate power dynamics is key to building the kind of relationships that not only last but also work to your advantage. Machiavelli's writings on power focus heavily on manipulating and controlling power to ensure one's success. But this doesn't mean manipulating others in a negative sense. It means understanding how power works and using it strategically to gain influence, create opportunities, and solidify your place within any community or group. Think about the most influential people you know. They don't operate on the same level as everyone else. They understand the subtle currents of power that flow through every conversation, every alliance, and every social interaction. They know when to assert themselves and when to hold back. They understand how to position themselves so that they can influence others without ever having to force the issue. In relationships, power dynamics are always at play, even if they're not immediately obvious, whether it's your boss, your friends, or your romantic partner. Each relationship has an unspoken balance of power. The more you understand and manage these dynamics, the more you'll find yourself gaining influence, building trust, and strengthening connections that benefit you in ways you may not have expected. So, how do you leverage power dynamics in your relationships? Here is how to apply it. Be aware of who holds the power in a relationship or social situation. In any dynamic, someone holds more influence than the other. Recognize who that is and adjust your approach accordingly. Use reciprocity to your advantage. Power doesn't always have to be about dominance. It's as often about giving and receiving. By offering value to others, you build a system of reciprocity where people feel compelled to offer their support in return. Know when to assert yourself. If you're always deferential or always passive, you give up your power. Stand firm and assert your boundaries when needed. Don't let people walk over you or take advantage of your generosity. Observe how others play the game. Watch how people in positions of power operate. Pay attention to how they position themselves in conversations, how they speak, how they listen, and how they manipulate dynamics to their benefit. When you understand how power dynamics work and how to leverage them, you no longer feel like you're at the mercy of others. You start to play the game, shaping relationships to benefit you while still keeping them authentic and powerful. Are you ready to leverage power dynamics to create stronger, more beneficial relationships? Comment below. I leverage power wisely, and get ready to take control of your connections. In the next segment, we'll discuss how to use psychological triggers to deepen connections and build loyalty. Stay tuned. Did you know people aren't as rational as they think? Emotions and unconscious triggers often drive their decisions. Once you understand this, you can build deeper connections and create real loyalty in any relationship, whether it's personal or professional. But here's the thing. Loyalty isn't automatic. It has to be earned and nurtured, and the key to doing this lies in understanding what really drives people. I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm talking about using psychological triggers ethically to make people feel heard, valued, and respected. When you do this, you build strong bonds founded on trust and genuine connection. So, how do you do it? First, create a sense of reciprocity. We're all wired to return favors. When you help someone or offer them value, you trigger their natural desire to give back. This creates a powerful bond. Next, appeal to shared values. We're drawn to people who see the world the way we do. Find that common ground, and you'll create a connection that fosters trust almost instantly. Third, and this one is huge, make people feel significant. Compliment them, recognize their strengths, and show genuine interest in who they are. When people feel valued, they naturally become more loyal. Finally, be consistent. Consistency is the bedrock of trust. When your behavior is predictable and reliable, people feel safe around you. They know they can count on you, which is the ultimate foundation for loyalty. When you start using these triggers, you'll find people are more willing to trust you, stick by you, and help you achieve your goals. Loyalty becomes a natural result of your actions. Are you ready to use these triggers to deepen your connections? Comment below. I build loyalty. Start putting these strategies into practice and watch your relationships transform. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for our next video where we'll dive into setting boundaries to build respect. Don't forget to subscribe. To build lasting relationships, one crucial element you can't overlook is setting boundaries. While many people think relationships are about closeness and unrestricted access to one another, the truth is, boundaries are the foundation of any healthy, strong relationship. Without clear boundaries, relationships become toxic, draining, and ultimately unsustainable. Machiavelli understood this concept while power is rooted in control, and part of that control comes from knowing your limits and enforcing them. He spoke about the necessity of maintaining authority, and part of maintaining your influence and relationships is ensuring that you don't allow others to overstep their limits. This applies not only to business or political relationships, but to personal ones as well. Boundaries aren't just about saying no to people. They're about establishing a framework in which mutual respect can flourish. When you communicate your needs and limits clearly, people respect you more because they know that you have standards. On the other hand, if you allow people to constantly take advantage of your time, energy, and resources without clear boundaries, they will begin to see you as someone they can exploit. Without boundaries, you're just setting yourself up to be manipulated or burned out. Here is how to apply it. Know your limits. The first step is understanding where your boundaries lie emotionally, physically, and mentally. What are you willing to tolerate, and what are you not? Recognizing your limits allows you to communicate them effectively to others. Communicate your boundaries clearly. Don't assume people will just get it. Clearly express your needs and limitations, whether it's in terms of time, personal space, or emotional investment. Enforce your boundaries consistently. Setting boundaries is one thing, but enforcing them is another. If someone crossed your boundary, it's essential to address it immediately. Letting things slide only weakens your position and your self-respect. Respect others' boundaries. A relationship is built on mutual respect. If you want your boundaries to be respected, you must respect the boundaries of others. When both parties honor each other's limits, trust and loyalty grow. By setting clear, healthy boundaries, you are not only protecting yourself, but also allowing the relationship to thrive. People will respect you more because they see that you value your time, energy, and personal space. At the same time, they will feel more comfortable because they understand what to expect from you, which strengthens the bond. Are you ready to set healthy boundaries and create relationships based on mutual respect? Comment below. I set my boundaries. When you begin to set and enforce boundaries, you create a foundation of trust and respect in every relationship. In the next segment, we'll talk about strategic networking and how to build your community with purpose and intention. Stay tuned. Now that we've covered the importance of understanding human nature, leveraging power dynamics, and setting boundaries, the next key step in building real, powerful relationships is strategic networking. But strategic networking, ISNT, about handing out business cards or simply meeting as many people as possible. It's about connecting with purpose, building a community that supports your goals, enhances your influence, and brings genuine value to both you and those around you. Machiavelli, in his writings on power, emphasized the value of alliances. However, his strategy wasn't just about making alliances for the sake of it. It was about making the right alliances, strategic relationships that provide mutual benefit and help you gain influence. He didn't just network with anyone. He chose his connections wisely, understanding that the right relationships are an invaluable resource for achieving power. Strategic networking is about being intentional in who you connect with and how you interact with them. Every relationship you build should be a stepping stone towards your larger goals. But just like in any Machiavellian strategy, it is essential to play the long game and build connections that will serve you in multiple ways, personally, professionally, and in terms of influence. Here's how to apply it. Be intentional about who you connect with. Don't waste time on relationships that don't align with your values, goals, or ambitions. Focus on people who can support your vision or bring new opportunities into your life. Offer value first. When building relationships, always ask yourself, how can I help this person? When you add value to others, you position yourself as someone they want to help in return. Nurture connections over time. Networking isn't just about a one-time connection. It's about building long-term relationships. Stay in touch, follow up, and consistently find ways to strengthen the bond. Diversify your network. Build relationships with people from different backgrounds and industries. The more diverse your network, the more opportunities and insights you'll have access to, and the more valuable you'll become to others. Strategic networking doesn't mean seeking out people for selfish reasons. It means being deliberate and focused on building relationships that align with your goals, while also adding value to those around you. As you begin to build a network of quality, purpose-driven relationships, you'll start to see the immense power and opportunities they create. Are you ready to network with intention and build a community that elevates you? Comment below. I network with purpose. When you focus on building the right relationships, you'll unlock a world of opportunities and support. Stay tuned, because in the next segment, we'll discuss how to maintain consistency and trust in all of your relationships, ensuring they remain strong and beneficial over time. Let's talk about the two pillars of any powerful relationship: consistency and trust. Without them, connections crumble. Even Machiavelli knew that real influence comes from being dependable. People who trust you will support you, work with you, and stand by you. But how do you build that? It starts with consistency. Show up, follow through on your promises, be someone others can count on. This predictability makes people feel safe and comfortable around you. Over time, these consistent actions build trust. Trust is earned through honesty and reliability, but it can be broken in an instant. So, here's what you do. Always follow through on your commitments. be transparent and dependable in good times and bad. Maintain your integrity. When you do this, people will seek you out because they know they can rely on you. Are you ready to build relationships on this solid foundation? Comment below. I am trustworthy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights.